Hawaii Bud.
Hey, this is Andy.
And Tony.
From Liege Lord.
Hi, this is Eric from Dark Angel.
Greetings, lovers of heavy metal. This is Ross the Boss from Man of War.
Hey everybody, this is Warren A. from Black Task.
This is Phil Campbell from Motorhead.
This is Scott Rockenfield with Queensrÿche.
Hi, this is James Vera from Hellstar.
This is Ingrid Malmsteen.
Hi there, this is Mark from TT Quick.
Guess who? This is Dave Mustaine.
Hi everybody, this is Joe Trisha from Accept.
Hi, I'm Jim Little from Rogue Mail.
Hi, this is Gary Holt from Exodus.
Hi, this is Ronnie James Dio.
Hi, this is Tom T. Warrior of Celtic Frost.
Hello, this is Lars Ulrich of Metallica, and you listen to WRTN 93.5 FM, the home of Midnight Metal.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is 93.5 WRTN in Urshel, the home of Midnight Metal. I'm Matt O'Shaughnessy.
And Tony Guarino.
And tonight we'd like to get...
We'd like to dedicate this show to someone
We'd like to dedicate tonight's show, of course, to the memory of Cliff Burton, bassist of Metallica, who, as most of you know, was killed early this Saturday morning in a tragic auto accident while on tour in Sweden. Of course, WRTN Midnight Metal will keep you updated throughout the course of the night, the early morning. We will have reports on this tragic event in heavy metal history. We will have reports from Art Shock magazine, who, along with WRTN Midnight Metal, have been setting up some in-depth coverage of the tragic Metallica death of Cliff Burton. Also, we'll be talking to some people who were close to Metallica: John Bush of Armored Saint, Gary Holt of Exodus. Scott Ian will be calling us live on the air in 45 minutes, direct from Copenhagen, where both bands are right now, recovering from the loss of Cliff Burton. That's at 12:45. Scott will be calling us from Denmark. Also, Possessed from California, who, of course, knew Metallica very well, both bands being from the Bay Area. We will also have a special call from someone a lot of you people listening right now might not know. His name is Lloyd Grant. He was one of the original, if not the original, Metallica guitarist, and he's going to tell us what Cliff Burton was like and what kind of guy he was. And so, once again, we'd like to dedicate tonight's show to not only Metallica fans, but to heavy metal fans in general. We lost a great person in Cliff Burton, of course, a bassist of Metallica, who we will say again was killed early this Saturday morning in a tragic auto accident while on tour in Sweden. Listen all night. We'll have coverage of the event. This is Midnight Metal. This is 93.5 WRTN in Inertia, the home of Midnight Metal. Of course, tonight dedicating the entire show to Cliff Burton of Metallica, who died early this Saturday morning in a tragic auto accident. The tour bus of Metallica, of course, going off the road during their tour in Sweden, and just a lot of people calling up who did not know of that, and there are, on the other hand, a lot of people saying that they heard about that through the grapevine somehow, and we're just gonna, let you know, run over it a little, and later on, in about 5 minutes, we will have our first of about 6 or 7 installments of calls on the air, just talking about this incident, trying to get you, the people out there, the latest information about Cliff's death. We have Art Shock Magazine, who will be calling us up. Exodus, of course, Kirk Hammett in Exodus, and Exodus playing with Metallica lots of times. John Bush of Armored Saint, who, of course, Armored Saint, Metallica, and Wasp, went on that tour. That was in, what, 85, Todd? 85, 84? Okay, and John Bush, at one time, you told me, was asked to be the singer of Metallica?
Yeah, it was rumored that they wanted him, but it never came about.
We have Metallica's first guitarist, Lloyd Grant, who played on the... He was on Metal Massacre, right?
Yeah, Metal Massacre.
With Ron McGovney. We have Mike Terreo of Possessed. And we have Scott Ian of Anthrax. Anthrax, of course, on tour with Metallica during the European dates. And Metallica and Scott and the rest of the guys in Anthrax are staying in the same hotel. They are now in Copenhagen, Denmark. The latest news is that Anthrax is in the hotel resting up, and of course I guess the general consensus or the general mood of being a somber one. Now let me run over this. A lot of people want to know. It was early this Saturday morning that it happened. Metallica's minivan or tour bus, whatever you want to call it, was on way to Copenhagen from a gig in Sweden. And as we have learned, the driver of the bus fell asleep and causing the van or tour bus to go off the road. As soon as the van collided and went off the road, Cliff was pinned, and they were all asleep. The whole band was asleep. The driver was driving, and Cliff was pinned in his bunk, and the rest of the members, like James, Kirk, and Lars, had abrasions. Lars broke his foot,
right,
and all 3 of the guys checked into a hospital and were released. I believe this afternoon. One of Metallica's roadies, I believe it was the drum roadie, was seriously injured, and I think he is in critical condition right now. So we're going to try and give you the latest information. The latest information out of Copenhagen, Denmark, according to Scott Ian, is that everybody in the Metallica camp is resting. Kirk Hammett was sleeping a couple hours ago. James is walking around in a very bad mood and saying Metallica is not going to go on. Now, that's just because he was in that kind of a mood. You know, you can expect someone to say anything like that, but of course we're going to find out the latest information. And Lars, I believe, was just in the hotel. So as of now, Anthrax and Metallica are in Copenhagen, Denmark, in a hotel together, and we're going to bring you the latest on this tragic incident about Cliff Burton. And we're going to go to the air right now, so if we can clear up any questions, give us a call. RTN, who's this?
Yes, Chris from Portchester.
Chris, I hope I just answered some of your questions there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, all the band members are mad and all now because of the bus driver?
Oh, they're not mad. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lawsuit. You know, what I'm saying right now, it's all speculation. We're going to find out when all these people call in. But wouldn't you assume, Tony, that there would be some kind of a lawsuit because the driver of the tour bus fell asleep, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, any other questions you have?
No, I was just wondering, how we get that, just all the other band members weren't critically injured? Or?
No, all Lars, Cliff, Lars, James, and Kirk had a couple scratches, and I believe they checked into a hospital. And
so it's like nothing majorly wrong.
Oh, nothing majorly wrong.
Yeah, just Lars broke his foot. That was maybe the most major thing that happened to the band members besides Cliff dying.
And, of course, the drum roadie, who is in critical condition right now.
All right.
Okay?
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. All right, coming up in about 2 minutes, we're going to have a call from the West Coast. We're going to be talking to the editors of Art Shock magazine, who, along with me this afternoon, have been coming up with the information you're going to hear all morning long and all evening long.
And also right now, I guess we will be right to do is to spend a minute of silence in memory of Cliff Burton. A lot of people requested him to do that, and I definitely think it's right to do so right now. So let's.
Okay. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. It just matters that whatever you want to do, take time out. And one of heavy metal's greatest bassists was killed this morning, and I think we should, in your own way, just honor the man. So we're going to take a couple seconds out here. And continuing with Midnight Metal, this is 93.5 WRTN in New Rochelle. I want to say hello to some Metallica fans out there calling up and just sharing feelings around town, around the world right now about Cliff Burton. Eric in East Meadow, Andre in New Rochelle. We have MK in the Bronx, Chrissy in the Bronx, Paul in New Village, and Sue in Brooklyn. Just some of the callers calling up right now. And then Tony, I mean, jeez, I found out this afternoon, like at 12 o'clock, and I was on the phone trying to get the people, listeners of Midnight Metal, information. I mean, man, I told you about an hour ago.
You told me about an hour and a half ago, and I was in shock when you gave me a call at my home, and you were saying to get down here real fast because Cliff Burton died, and I just couldn't believe it. I think it's a tragic loss. I mean, it's really bad. I'm speechless.
So after this, we're going to hear from Art Shock magazine, who hopefully can shed some light on this and get their views of what happened. Of course, Art Shock and WRTN working very closely on this. And in about 20 minutes, we're going to go to Copenhagen, Denmark, the scene of where both bands are right now, Metallica and Anthrax. Anthrax, of course, opening up for Metallica on the European tour. We're going to talk to Scott Ian of the band and see if he can throw some light on any of the things. And, of course, if you do have a question about this, give us a call at 914-636-1460. And this is 93.5 WRTN in New Shell, the home of Midnight Metal. And of course, keep it here, tuned to Midnight Metal for exclusive information on the death of probably, if not one of them, definitely up there, of one of heavy metal's greatest bassists, of course. Cliff Burton of Metallica is no longer with us, and oh boy, I tell you, I didn't even want to come in tonight and do the show, but you got to do it. We're trying to bring you the best information we can. Once again, Metallica and Anthrax on tour in Europe, and early this Saturday morning, there was an auto accident with Metallica's tour van. The driver of the bus fell asleep at the wheel. The bus then crashed or veered off, and pinning Cliff of Metallica against something in the van, against his bunk. We say bunk because the members of the band were asleep at the time, and Lars had his foot injured, broken, and the other two guys, as well as Lars too, had a couple of abrasions, checked in the hospital. Right now, both Anthrax and Metallica, as far as we know, are in Denmark. We're going to go to Scott Ian in Denmark, where the band went to from Sweden, where the accident happened. Right now on the phone we have Pam and Lise Lee, the editors of Aardschok magazine. And Pam, and Lise, it's a pleasure to welcome you guys for the first time to the Midnight Metal airwaves.
Hello.
And yes, Pam.
Yes.
We're on the air. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this has been a crazy time at the station, and of course WRTN and Midnight Metal and Aardschok have been, working together to bring the people the latest information on this. And Tony's telling me to do something. What is it, Tony? Okay. All right. So I know we first heard about this early Saturday morning, right? Hello.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we heard about it early this morning from a writer in Los Angeles, Barry Folio. She gave us a call because apparently the members of Def Leppard showed up at her house about 2 a.m. and they heard that on their way back from London about the accident with Cliff and the rest of the guys in Metallica. They went on to tell Sherry about it, and Sherry gave us a call this morning. Kind of told us her views, but it was pretty short. She didn't really know the whole story.
Right. Now, one of the reasons we wanted you and Pam on the air tonight from our shock was because you have been following the band very closely. I believe it was your first issue that had them on the cover, right?
Yeah, we featured them.
You know, so, I mean, tell us, like, the basic mood that, you know, your offices were in on this Saturday morning. When did you first learn about this?
I'm not just sure what time it was. It was pretty early. I had been up working, so it seemed early to me. I think that everyone else in the band was okay, you know.
Do most people on the West Coast, if you had to take a guess, know about this tragic incident by now?
Yeah, many people do know. We didn't think it.
A lot of people don't feel real comfortable about releasing some of the information, and we don't. You know, it's a hard thing for everyone to go through. Everyone's in shock. Everyone's just, it's really unreal to us, and so it comes off as, you know, a difficult death situation for everyone, and some people, it's being aired, but everyone is so down that it's not, you know, real. I think everybody's in shock.
Now, here at the station, you know, during the course of early tonight before the show went on, a lot of people were calling up and saying different things. There were a lot of rumors flying around the record and radio industry. I mean, when people called your office to find out, you know, what happened, what were some of the things they were saying?
Mostly, is it really true? Did it really happen? And they wanted to know where, when, how, you know, who was hurt.
Well, they also were saying that, you know, that everyone was gone. There were very wild rumors, you know, completely out of...
There was a lot of hysteria going on at this, you know, over here on our coast, anyway. They're from here. It upset a great many people, and at this time, a lot of people do know what happened.
Okay. Now, we should point out that one of your colleagues, Metal Mike, who heads up, if I'm correct, Archok in Holland, tell us about some of his great work. What did he do? Metal Mike, for people who don't know, what did he do? Can you sort of set a scene on...
He started Archok, the original concept. It's a little different now, but as an underground heavy metal magazine in Holland, which really caught on, and he was, has been, started off some of the greatest groups, you know, now in metal, leading in the metal scene, and he had been on tour with Metallica in the eastern states, and had been friends with him, so he was shocked. He was really shocked, and it was a difficult time over there because no one knew, and it was in the middle of the night, and some people were in London, some people were, you know, on the other side of the continent, and it was, no one knew. It was hard to believe. The stories were such a variety, and the people closest were having a hard time with that at the time, and still are. God knows, you know, it was a tragic thing to happen for a group that took so many all-out risks in their music and in the area they were moving. You know, they were good. They were great. Okay, I'm talking about they. They're still a band. They're still a group. You know, there's terrific musicians there.
Okay. As you ladies well know, Metallica, of course, with the release of Master of Puppets, have opened up a lot of doors. And, you know, hopefully, of course, this is going to take some time to get through this. And when you consider it, their managers, Cliff Bernstein, who gave us some of this exclusive information, gave me the information and confirmed that Cliff had died, and also Peter Mensch, the other manager, have sort of a double omen, if you want, on their hands. Of course, Def Leppard also under the Q Prime management, and now this. I mean, you know, they've got to be hurting about this too.
Oh, yeah. They've got to be very upset, I can imagine. You know, they've been with... I think it's the best thing to say. They'll need the support, and
now.
Okay, great. We want to thank you, too, for giving us your side of the story. And if anything comes up, we'll check back with you in a couple of minutes.
Great.
Okay?
Thanks.
Okay.
And that, of course, Art Shock magazine right there giving us what they know about the Metallica incident. Cliff Burton proclaimed dead early this Saturday morning in Sweden due to a tragic auto accident. And we're going to keep you updated. We're going to go to Scott Ian in Copenhagen, Denmark in a second. And Tony, we'll go back to Tony in the studio right now. Okay.
Bass solo, take one.
And that's Whiplash from Metallica. Right now on the line we have Scott Ian live from Copenhagen, where both Anthrax and Metallica are right now. Scott, you there?
Yeah, what's going on?
I can't believe it. We have a great connection. Sounds like you're down the road.
Actually, I am.
Scott Ian live in Copenhagen. And Scott, let me just pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk to you about the whole incident with Cliff. And I know the mood at the hotel in Copenhagen must be one of dismay and sort of just a somber mood, right?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet, yeah.
Okay, hang on. We'll get right back to you. Scott Ian of Anthrax. Got to break open the story right now. We'll be back. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Scott, it's, let's see, 1 o'clock here in the United States, here in New York, Midnight Metal. It's got to be, what, 7 in the morning in Denmark?
Yeah, it's bright and early, 7 o'clock.
All right, and you sound nice and tired. Did we wake you up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you woke me up.
Anyway, Scott, oh, man, what a day. This is, bad day for things. Johnny Z, of course, is in San Francisco. He knows, right?
Yeah, he knows. We spoke to him as soon as we found out.
Scott, going back all the way before the accident happened, the band, you and Metallica were touring. You were in Sweden?
No, Denmark.
No, but you...
Oh, we were in Sweden, yeah, Friday night.
All right, so you were in Sweden Friday night. You were traveling Friday night into Saturday morning, and the accident happened. Can you just tell us what happened?
Yeah, what we heard was that when we got to the hotel here, we got here about 10:30 Saturday morning, and the promoter for the show was here, and we just heard there had been an accident with Metallica's tour bus, and that Cliff had been killed, and that that there was numerous injuries, and that's the only details we had. So we sat around like all day, we didn't know what was going on really, and like little by little more and more information came in, and and then it turned out that it was true that Cliff was actually dead, and that Lars had broke his toe, and that was it. James and Kirk were fine, and most of the road crew, everyone was really okay.
So getting to the actual accident, what happened? It was the bus driver?
As far as that goes, as far as actual details to the accident, we really don't know what happened, because I spoke to James last night, and they were all asleep actually when it happened, and the bus went off the road and then swerved and went back on the road. So as far as the actual details, as far as whose fault or anything like that, we really don't know, what the problem was.
So was Cliff, before he died, and everybody said he died, the minute the bus hit, he died on contact. Was he trapped under a bunk? A lot of people saying that the band was sleeping and they were on bunks and the bunk came down on him.
No. I mean, he wasn't trapped under a bunk. But I think the way I heard it, I think it it did happen immediately. I don't think it was any kind of long-term suffering or anything like that.
Mm. When you first heard and when you first got the news, I mean, then it was a rumor, but something had happened to the band. I mean, and they, before you knew that he was dead, what was going through your mind?
Well, when the promoter first, they told our tour manager, and I went down into the lobby, and I was told. Of course, I thought it was a joke at first because everyone tends to do a lot of joking around, but then again, that's not something you'd want to joke around about. So, Mark was like, I'm really serious, I mean, look at me when I lie about something like this. And, so then when, I mean, it takes, something like that really takes a while to sink in, I mean, even now, I really haven't, I really haven't accepted it, I guess. But when I first heard it, it was just like a big weight sort of like fell on my stomach, and I just stood there. And I ended up sitting in the lobby of the hotel for about 3 hours because I didn't want to go back up to my room and just sit there.
Both bands, of course, being graduates of Megaforce Records. You are now on Island, but still have ties with, of course, Megaforce Records. Metallica started off with Kill 'Em All on Megaforce, and now, of course, graduating to the majors and opening many doors with Master of Puppets. Johnny Z, of course, did a lot of work with both bands, and I'm sure the whole Megaforce organization must be, feeling like we all do. But are there any other, I mean, when did you first get in touch with Johnny Z? Did he call over there? Because everybody here, I mean, I was thinking that he would fly out there to make sure you guys are okay.
I mean, there's really nothing for him to do out here. As soon as we heard, we spoke to him, and we woke him up in San Francisco. We spoke to him, and he asked if he should fly here, but there's really nothing for him to do here because we have to decide what we're going to do as far as Anthrax on Monday, whether we're going to go out and play shows or we're just going to come home or what. And Johnny really has to be in New York to be able to handle our business affairs correctly. Because coming to Copenhagen would be kind of useless because the phone system here is kind of prehistoric. I mean, it takes like 20 minutes just to make a phone call. So he's better off being in New York, and that way we'll be able to know what we're going to do on Monday.
Now, before this accident with Cliff in Sweden happened, how many shows had you actually done with Metallica?
12. We did the whole UK, 2 shows in Ireland, and Norway and Sweden.
Okay. And how many nights were you planning on spending in Copenhagen? 1?
Yeah, we were supposed to play last night, and we were supposed to play last night, and today we actually had a day off, and tomorrow we're supposed to be in Hamburg, Germany. So we'll see what happens, whether we're going to play or not.
Since both bands, Anthrax and Metallica, are in the same Danish hotel in Copenhagen, what, from you seeing James and Kirk and Lars around the hotel, I mean, can you sort of set a mood? I mean, anything you want to say about that? I mean,
well, I haven't seen Lars or Kirk, but we were with James last night, and we went out and stuff to go for a walk and stuff, and James is just he's taking it really hard, but like I said before, it really hasn't sunk in yet, I mean, it's just really hard to even think about. They're flying home to San Francisco this morning, and I mean, it just really hasn't sunk in yet. I'm sure when I speak to James next week, it'll be a different story. But I mean, it's just been, since we found out, I mean, it's just been really terrible. The gig, the place we were actually playing is only maybe 2 blocks down from where the hotel is. And all day yesterday, when the kids found out the gig was canceled, and then it got out because it was on the radio here, what happened about the accident. And there was just kids, like mobs and mobs of kids, like hanging out at the hotel, just waiting to hear what happened and stuff. And they were writing these big, big letters and notes and all sorts of stuff. So it was just a really terrible day.
And this is 93.5 WRTN in New Rochelle, New York. We are talking live across seas here from New York to Denmark. Scott Ian of Anthrax is on the line. We are talking and trying to fill in our listeners about the tragic death of Metallica bass player Cliff Burton, who was killed early this past Saturday morning in a auto accident when the Metallica tour bus veered off the road, and from there it was all downhill, with Cliff being killed instantly. And of course now the rest of the band members are recuperating in the hotel with anthrax. And Scott, as of now, from what you've learned, is the word about this spread out quite nicely across Europe? Do most of the people know about this?
Yeah, it got out really fast because it was actually on radio and TV here, and it got out to the States pretty fast. Like all through the day here, people called us. Like we're hearing from people back home in New York, and just people we know from all around the States who would hear about it and weren't sure if it was true, and they would call us up. But it got out really fast. I mean, it's actually surprising how fast news can travel.
Have any parents from either band been flown over, or have the parents been notified?
I have no idea. I mean, I know I spoke to my mother and father yesterday, but as far as that goes, I really don't know what's been done, in their organization, because it actually happened in Sweden. Early in the morning. We were already here, so I don't know what's been done.
Okay. From now, I'm
sure everything was taken care of the right way.
From now, I guess the only thing we can say is just pray for the rest of the guys in the band, and hopefully they'll get through it. Another question that we hit up on before is: Anthrax going to continue to do the dates? Or are they going to fly home, or you just have to sit and wait and hear from your headquarters?
Well, I mean, of course, we have to wait till Monday because it's Sunday, and as far as business and all that kind of stuff, it just doesn't get done on Sunday. So we have to wait till tomorrow, and tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning, things will start getting sorted out. And hopefully by tomorrow night we'll have an answer. But there's a good chance we'll go out and, do some of the German dates and the Spanish dates, and hopefully string along, until the Aardschok Festival, October 26th. But there's also a chance that we might just come home, I mean, we'll have to make our decision tomorrow night. We're not sure yet.
As far as you know, has James's body been flown over to the States?
Not James.
Cliff. Excuse me.
I really don't know. Like I said, as far as any of those arrangements, we weren't around. We were just here at the hotel. So I really don't know. And like when I talked to James last night, I wasn't going to bring up something like that. So that I really don't know.
Okay. Scott, before we go, is there anything else you'd like to add? I mean, a lot of people, I'm telling you, the station got flooded with calls this whole afternoon, wondering if Anthrax was okay. Is there anything you would like to say to your fans out there?
I'd just like to say that, thank God we're all okay. And I'd just like to say that, it's a terrible thing that something like this happens. Especially, you get someone like Cliff who, is probably one of the most original people you'd ever meet in your whole life. I mean, every hair on his head, to his bell-bottom jeans, he was one of a kind. And it's a terrible thing when something like this has got to happen. But you just got to sit back, and thank God that you're okay and that the rest of the guys are okay. And but I mean, it's just weird the way things work in this world. It really sucks.
Okay, Scott, we really appreciate you calling. I know you're probably going to want to sack out and go to sleep, but a lot of Anthrax fans and Metallica fans wanted the story, and we brought it to them here on Midnight Metal. Thanks a lot, dude.
Okay, take it easy, man.
Bye-bye. And there you go, the story. Scott Ian of Anthrax, and next we're going to check in with, I think, Exodus and Armored Saint, both bands with close ties to Metallica. So I guess that's about as much as information we're going to get tonight. And of course the story is going to keep developing. We're going to hear from other bands and stuff like that. So in the meantime, if you'd like to get a request in, we're here for any questions about this. Man, Todd, come over here. Oh man, what a night. Todd Gordon of Tord Records is here. And Todd, oh man, when I called you up this afternoon, I said, Todd, we got a problem. I said, Todd's like, what's going on, man? I said, Cliff is not in good shape. And Todd, when I first told you that, what thoughts went through your mind?
Well, the first thing that came was just like blank. Like, let me see if I got this straight. Did this really happen? And when I realized it really happened, I thought, what a loss. I mean, a band that absolutely opened up the whole power metal scene in the U.S. as far as I'm concerned, and helped commercialize it. You know, one of their integral members had died, and and anybody who knew them, knew the band like I knew the band, I know they must be devastated. The rest of the band just absolutely must be devastated, and my heart goes out to them, and my heart goes out to Cliff Burton's parents and just all his friends, and it's just a great loss to the whole metal community. And I don't know, it's just, I'm sure it's just real somber over there, and I know it's real somber here.
That's right, though. A lot of people calling in, and of course, this is 93.5 WRTN in Shell, the home of Midnight Metal. We're going to keep you up to date. We got lots of people still to talk to about this tragic event, and one of them will be Todd's own band Exodus, and Gary Holt, of course, Kirk Hammett in Exodus, so maybe we can talk about that. And I can't get over it.
Yeah, I'd just like to say that everybody who's been calling in has really shown how much they support Metallica. I think it's a tribute to the band, and keep calling, really keep calling. If it's hard to get through, it's because the phones aren't manned too well right now, but keep trying. You know, we appreciate your calls. Matt does, Matt and Tony. And, you know, just call in and tell us what you think about the whole thing. And I'm sure Matt will get some of you on the air, and you can voice your opinions about it. I know, yeah.
This is 93.5 WRTN. The night goes on with Metallica. This is 93.5 WRTN, the Nurse Show. We have Gary Holt of Exodus on the phone. And, of course, the entire show being dedicated to the memory of Metallica bassman Cliff Burton. And one of the bands that definitely has a strong tie in Metallica is Exodus. They've played numerous shows with Metallica, and Kirk Hammett, of course, who is Metallica's guitarist, was in Exodus in the early days of the band. And Gary, we got you on the air. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, man. I know I talked to you earlier this afternoon, and you definitely knew what was going on. And when did you first find out?
I was over at my brother's this afternoon, and my mother called me over, and, you know, it actually took a couple minutes for it to sink in, you know, because it's really hard to believe.
Yeah. You, besides, playing a lot of shows with Metallica, definitely, for both bands being from, that area, the Bay Area, what kind of guy was Cliff Burton?
Cliff Burton was the kind of guy who never had a bad thing to say about anybody. He never slagged. He never, talked anybody down. And he was always there to, give us advice, and let us learn from, the stuff Metallica has gone through. And he was really honest about, what was happening out there. And he really helped us a lot. And he was real. There was nothing fake about the guy. And he's just a very, very close friend we've known for a number of years.
Okay.
And we're going to miss him an awful lot.
What do you think, when you first found out the news, what was going, besides, of course, a lot of stuff going through your mind, what was going through you as far as the other guys in Metallica? I mean, of course, the other three members of the band. How do you think they took it? We just got off the phone with Scott of Anthrax. Anthrax was opening up the dates for the band, and Scott, filled us in on a lot of stuff. But I mean, anything you want to say about that?
Just that I guess only James, Lars, and Kurt can really answer that, because no one knows exactly what's going through their head. I mean, a lot of really powerful emotions and just feelings. And, you just would have to be in their spot to really answer that question. I mean, just a lot of just utter disbelief, probably pinching themselves, asking whether it really happened or not.
I'll tell you what, Gary, the connection here is starting to go down. Can you just, sort of scream?
Yeah, sure, I'll scream.
Okay. I'll tell you what, you got also from Exodus Rick and Tom?
Yeah, here, I'll let them talk to you now.
Okay.
Hello?
Rick.
Hey.
Is this Rick?
Yes, it is.
How's it going, Rick? We got you live on the air.
How you doing?
All right. We've, of course, been talking about this, and we're just trying to bring the people of New York and New Jersey and Connecticut, some memories of a great person and a great musician. And what are some of your memories of Cliff, a good friend of yours?
Oh, man, he was just too close. All of them are, especially Cliff and James and Kirk. And it's just it's incredible. It's just I found out about an hour ago, and I came right over here. And it's all I can tell all you guys out there is Cliff Burton died for metal. He was on the road, and it was the only thing he loved to do. And it was his whole life, and we hate to see him gone.
Okay. Should we throw Tom on for a sec?
Sure, hold on.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
How are you right now?
All right, I guess.
I asked the other two guys in the band, and Exodus has done a lot of shows with Metallica. The most recent one I know, you did the New Year's show with them, right?
Yeah.
You got any feelings on what went down today? One of your good friends and one of our favorite bands is now missing a great guy. Anything you want to say?
Well, I think Gary pretty much summed it all up. It was kind of a feeling of disbelief. It's so tragic.
Okay.
Nobody wants to believe it's true.
Okay, and we thank you guys for calling us up. And is anything else the band wants to say on this?
Here, I'll give you to Gary.
Okay.
Comment. Hello.
Gary.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna split right now. We thank you guys for calling us up. And is there anything else you want to say about this?
anything else I want to say about it?
Yeah.
Just that Cliff Burton was one of the best friends I ever had, and I mean, you know, it'll never be the same without him. He was just one of the best people I've ever come to know, and it's just everything's going to be different without Cliff being around. And Rick wants to say something.
Yeah, I just want to say that I know it makes me and all of us, and I'm sure all of you guys, just think about how close death really is out there, and just be careful, everybody.
Okay. Rick.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling us up. Take it easy, guys.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And some sentiments from Exodus right there. And we are going to talk to John Bush of Armored Saint in just a second. John's waiting out in California. And, you know, we hope, you know, that people listening to this right now aren't overlooking the fact we're not doing this just so we can say WRTN got it first. We're doing this so you people would know what's going on with the bands, and, you know, we're hopefully we're answering a lot of questions from the people out there. So, let's get back to it. And we're going to talk to John Bush in a second. 93.5 WRTN in New Rochelle, the home of Midnight Metal, and on the phone right now we have John Bush of Armored Saint. John, how you doing?
No, not right now.
Right now?
Not right now? No. How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, right now, yes. Right?
What's going on, Matt?
All right, how's it going?
Not too bad. I just freaking out over the traumatic situation here, and it really stinks. I can't believe it.
Okay. Now, John, of course, you and Wasp and Metallica went out on tour, but besides that, opening a door to a friendship with Metallica, you actually go way back with them. You want to tell us about that?
Well, we've been pals for a long time. Even before their first record came out, we were friends with them, and we toured with them last year. We did about 10 dates this year, and we just have a good friendship working together, and share the same management company, and it's just a great friendship, and we're really shocked. I mean, I got a call today, and I couldn't believe it. I don't know how to react, and it's a tragedy that this has to happen. It's unfair, and this should not happen.
We just had Gary Holt, Rick, and Tom from Exodus on the phone, and Rick said it the best. He died for metal, you know.
Yeah, well, at least he accomplished a lot of things in life that people never even get a chance to. So, I mean, that he knows as he's in heaven now, and hopefully he's up there jamming with Bon Scott, and Bonham and Jimi Hendrix, and they're forming something together up there now. So.
When you first heard us, I mean, the moment you first heard, I know I talked to Armored Saints bass player Joey Vera, and he was completely stunned. What were your feelings?
Well, when I first heard it, I mean, it's a feeling that I just didn't know how to react. It was shocking. I mean, I just saw those guys, a month ago or so, and right now it's still hard to swallow that actually happened. So I don't want it to happen. I just want somebody to wake me up and say that it was a dream or something, because, like I said, it's just so unfair. He just tasted success now, and and then this happened, so it's a tragedy.
What let me rephrase, I can't even talk now. I'm completely wiped out about this thing, but what kind of guy was Cliff Burton to you?
Well, Cliff was he was very to himself. He was actually kind of a shy person, and he was a blast to be around, and he had his own little funny ways, and he was just a fun person to be around, but he was a bit shy and to himself, and he really believed in the music that he was doing, and he really put out to all the fans and all the people out there, and it was obvious that he was really working hard for his career, and he was just a great person to be around. We had a lot of fun times, and I guess those will live on.
Okay. Before we hang up, and John, I really appreciate you calling us, and you...
No problem. I hate this to be I hate having to have a little conversation here, having to have this because of the situation, but, I'm glad you called, and, it makes me feel good that, you want to talk to us, because all I can say is, Cliff was a great guy, and he's gonna go down in history, and, he accomplished many things that most people never even get a chance to, so... And he'll know that, and he can live with that, in heaven. So.
Well, I was going to say, when you went on tour with Metallica and Wasp, what was it, in '85?
Well, we toured with them last year about a good 2 months, and then we also did about 10 dates this year with them, and sporadic shows, and like I said, they were in L.A., and we would just hang around and bop around together and stuff, so we always thought there was always close contact with the two bands.
A lot of people I know have said many good things about Cliff, that he wanted to keep in contact with the fans, and you being on the road with him, is that definitely true?
Well, yeah, well, that's the philosophy of the whole band. They just are true to what they believe in, and it comes across, I think, pretty obviously that they're true to their fans, and there's no egos, or there's no hang-ups or nothing. They're just who they are, and it came across, and it will always come across. And I think Metallica will pull through this. They'll just have to pull through, because I know that Cliff would want it that way. He would want them to pull through, and so they will. And it's just, I'm just shocked. I don't know what to say.
John, I'll tell you, we really appreciate you, giving us a call, and I'm sure you got other things you're going to do and try to, not forget about this, but, get through it like I'm sure Metallica will. And we thank you for calling us, buddy.
All right, no problem. And, those people out there listening to this, just believe in Metallica. Just believe in it, because they're a people's band, so just be there, and support them. That's what he's there for. And he'll remember that. He'll remember the people, so you just live on with that.
Everybody's in big depression right now about Cliff Burton dying. A lot of people calling up just finding out about it. And Matt, let's just run through the story once again of what happened, very great tragic loss.
Okay, well, early this Saturday morning, Metallica and Anthrax on tour in Europe and Sweden. The Metallica tour bus was en route to Copenhagen when the bus driver fell asleep. The tour bus veered off the road, instantly killing Cliff Burton and the other three members, James, Lars, and Kirk, sustaining abrasions, and Lars a broken foot. Anything else you want to add, Tony? I mean, what's the general mood on the phones?
Everybody's very sad about it. A lot of people very sad. I even got a few calls from especially from people in Teaneck. They want everybody tomorrow to wear black armbands in salute to Cliff Burton in the name of heavy metal and rock and roll. Many other people calling up just to listen to Metallica all night long in the name of Cliff Burton. So I know everybody's very concerned about it. We're very concerned here at the station. And it's, as I was saying earlier tonight, I'm kind of speechless on the thing because I was really shocked. I just found out, in fact, about an hour and a half before the show even started. And as we were talking to John Bush, he was overwhelmed by what happened. He couldn't even believe it. And Scott Ian, who was there, really, and Gary Holt was another person who just could not believe about it. It's everybody. There's still people out there that really love Metallica, and the biggest thing right now, which is I think shouldn't be much concern right now, because we did lose somebody very dear in the heavy metal world. A lot of people wondering if the shows are canceled, and let me tell you, there's no information out yet about the shows. Right now,
shouldn't care either.
So right now, just right now, the only big concern is the
welfare of the band.
Welfare of the band and the well-being of the band, mentally and physically, because I know it's a very great loss to them, because they were really close friends. They've lived with each other for many, many years. And I could see what James and Lars and Kirk has been going through right now. In fact, James, what we heard last was just prancing around, crying, So I know it's a great loss to them and to all of us, really.
And this is 93.5 WRTN in New Rochelle. That is Metallica, the thing that should not be. And we've got some new Slayer coming up in just a second. And we're going to be taking some calls on the air. You can tell my voice. I've been doing a lot of sympathizing here at the station. And a lot of people calling up saying they just heard about it now. But anyway, we're going to be we want to just know what the listeners think about this. And when you first heard what you first, what was going through your mind. So let's call now, take some callers, put them on hold, and we'll pick them up. On the phone right now, we have Lloyd Grant. A name to most of you listening means nothing. No, we're not saying that in a negative way, but Lloyd was the original Metallica guitarist, and a lot of people overlooked that fact. And Lloyd Grant called us up tonight on the show, and of course expressing his sorrow for Cliff Burton, and we're going to talk to Lloyd in just a second, so stay tuned. My voice is about shot here. I sound like Mo. Remember those days, Mo from the old Rising Sun? Anyway, we have somebody special on the phone right now. Lloyd, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
We got Lloyd Grant of Metallica, the Metallica Days, on the phone, and Lloyd, of course, is now with a band called DEF CON out in the West Coast. And Lloyd, we've been talking to a lot of people tonight, and tell us how far you go back with Metallica and where it all started for you.
I'll go back, way back with me and Lars still playing in Newport Beach, and we just have a few people auditioning, and we play there for a little while. And Lars went back to Europe for a little bit, and he came back, and we jammed again. And we did the Metal Massacre 1. I don't know if you got that record or not, because they re-released it with just Dave Mustaine as a guitar.
Yeah, I was looking at that just now. The one, so that's not the original Metal Massacre 1 has you on it, right?
Yeah, well, they re-released it after they get bigger, you know, they make another cut. I wasn't in the band at all then.
Okay, so actually, how long were you in the band Metallica?
Well, really short. But me and Lars was together for at least a year, just
right. So
jamming and auditioning people and just talking to people on the song.
What kind of a guy was Cliff to you, Lloyd?
Cliff? I met Cliff at a gig in Los Angeles, and he's really quiet and laid back. He never talked that much. You know, he never really talked that much to people, but he was a really interesting guy. Although he never talked, he was just you could tell. Really quiet person.
You have any good memories, even though your jaunt with the band was short? Any good memories about Cliff?
Well, the thing about it, the band really wanted him because he was such a big influence in the music, and he was one of the big influences in Metallica. He got great input in the writing on the songs, and that's one of the reasons why they even moved to Frisco to get Cliff in the band. They would be still in Los Angeles, so they moved to Frisco for basically to get Cliff in the band. And so the whole band has picked up and moved just because of him, because they saw him down here in in Orange County. They were doing a video with another band, and Lars went over and met him through another friend of ours, and they talked to him there, and they talked to him from San Francisco, and that's how they got. He come out and jam with them a couple of times, and he was really undecided whether he wanted to play with them or not. Then he finally decided to play with them.
Okay.
That's how it really got started with Cliff.
When did you first hear about this, Lloyd?
I first heard about it today, and I was, pretty shaken up by the whole thing. I hope, I know the rest of the band's even, probably more shaken up by them. I heard some of them are coming back.
Yeah.
Like, James and Kirk is coming back to the U.S., and Lars is just going to stay in Denmark for a little bit with his parents. So, I know they'll bounce back. It's hard to replace Cliff because he writes most of those harmonies for the Metallica band. And, it's going to hard to be replaced, and he's going to be hard to be replaced, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. It's pretty unfortunate for this to happen at this time of their career when they seem to get in all the breaks, and their popularity is like, just about everybody's #1 heavy metal band. It's tough for them to.
Right at the peak of their.
Right, the peak of their career, but I'm sure they'll bounce back off it after they get over the shock of it.
Okay.
Because this part of living, people doesn't live forever. They have to die, but it's unfortunate for it to happen this way, so tragically.
Okay, Lloyd Grant, reliving some of the earlier Metallica days with Cliff Burton. Lloyd, thank you very much for calling us, and when things get over and everything's happy again, which should be sometime, we'll talk to you about your new band, DEF CON.
Yeah, it'd been nice. Yeah, I'm really I'm sorry to hear about the Metallica band. I'm looking forward to see those guys when they get back here and, really talk about what happened. I'm sure they're going to be bounced back pretty quick.
Okay.
I'm not sure how fast they're going to do it, replacing the bass player, which is almost, you can replace the bass player, but you can't replace Cliff because he's kind of a person you can hardly replace his personality in the band.
Okay. Lloyd, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is 93.5 WRTN. That's Lloyd Grant. And Lloyd, hang on there if you can hear me. Just 1 second. And really talking about the early Metallica days when he and Lars, actually when he and James met up. And I guess, Tony, we should say it again for people just coming back from clubs and, saying it. And Tony, I'll let you describe this because you did it so well the other time. My voice is going about this thing.
All I could say is that early this Saturday morning, I would say 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning Saturday, the band composed of Lars Ulrich, Cliff Burton, James Hetfield, and Kirk Hammett, plus with their road crew and a driver of the bus, were on their way from Sweden from a gig, 4 o'clock in the morning, to Denmark for their next gig. Everybody was asleep on the bus. The bus driver was driving, and he also fell asleep at the wheel. The bus crashed, and it seemed like Cliff Burton died instantly at the crash. As soon as he crashed, he died instantly. The drum technician is in serious condition. He's in critical condition in the hospital. Lars broke his foot, and James and Kirk just has like a bunch of scratches, concussions. But the big thing...
No, wait, we don't want to start any rumors. Not concussions.
I
don't think so.
I heard
abrasions.
I think it was Scott said that Lars had only broken his toe, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
Okay. But what are people saying on the phones?
Oh, a lot of people feel really bad about it. That's all I can say, really. Everybody's really, really feeling kind of dismal about the whole thing.
And right now we're going to go to Sheet Metal with Motley Stu. Stu.
How you doing out there?
I'm not doing too good. Either are about 2 million other people listening right now.
Yeah, I remember when you called me this afternoon. I just couldn't believe it.
What you...
Go right into it?
Yeah, tell us what you're feeling about this.
All right, well, obviously this is the top news event of, probably the year, let alone the week. By now we all know the bad news, but in case you've just tuned in, here it is again. Cliff Burton of Metallica's died in a crash of their tour bus in Sweden. I heard about it this afternoon. I could not believe it. I was out on the street for a good part of this afternoon trying to find out anything I could from anybody out in the street, people who I know are hooked up with the metal scene, who give me information on a lot of the bands that I report to you here in Sheet Metal. Nobody knew anything. I wound up being the person who was telling everybody this bad news. It really was not a role that I really enjoyed partaking in.
And what we try to do tonight, not trying to get the station a good name for, bringing the information first. Our main goal was to give Anthrax fans and Metallica fans and metal fans in general, the right story. I think we did.
I understand exactly, because there were conflicting reports earlier today. I had originally heard that the entire band was in critical condition. This turned out not to be true. I was, looking around everywhere to find out what I could find out about the remaining survivors, being James, Lars, and Kirk. But as you guys have just said, they only sustained minor injuries, with Lars breaking his toe or something. The words out of Europe are really, difficult to get. I mean, I heard you talking to Scott Ian. That's probably the most reliable source, that there is. I mean, he was close to the band.
Stu, you live in the village. What's the word there?
The word, I would ask people, what did you hear about Metallica? And, they just what do you mean? And I'm like, there was a crash this morning. And people were totally blown away. Some people didn't even believe me. I mean, it was a little insulting to think that I would lie about something like this, but let's not get into that. What can I say but to stay tuned? We're going to have up-to-the-minute information as we get it. Next week in Sheet Metal, I should have news on the future of Metallica and plans as to how they will continue, if they will continue. Let me go into the Sheet Metal here.
Okay.
Welcome to Sheet Metal. I'm Motley Stu with the latest in metal news.
If you saw Queensryche in concert last year, you may remember an unfamiliar song in their set. This tune was called Prophecy and has never been released on vinyl until now. You can pick it up on the flip side of their latest import single for their song, Gonna Get Close to You. A limited edition single contains live versions of Queen of the Reich and Deliverance. As for Queensryche, they've recently wrapped up a tour with AC/DC and are currently on the road with Ozzy Osbourne. Soon, every KISS LP will be available in picture disc form. They will be released in Europe, one title at a time, over a 2-year period on a monthly basis starting this October with the Asylum LP. Unfortunately, these discs will be rather expensive at around $25 to $35 each. Every set of picture discs will be limited to 1,500 numbered pressings. These are a must for any KISS collector. Twisted Sister bassist Mark the Animal Mendoza and guitarist J.J. French have been producing the debut album from Westchester's own Reckless, who recently signed with Valentino Records. As for Twisted Sister, they are still looking for a new drummer to replace the departed A.J. Perro. Twisted Sister fans can catch Eddie Ojeda and J.J. French, who make a brief appearance in the Let's Go Mets music video. We are sorry to report that Heaven have called it a day. The band has broken up. Future plans for the band's members are at this point uncertain, but it seems likely that bassist Dennis Feldman and vocalist Alan Fryer will be pursuing solo careers as guitarist Mitch Perry is. Mitch Perry left before the band officially broke up. Crocus plan to release a video cassette compilation of all their previous promotional video clips. This cassette should be available by Christmas. Speaking of videos, the new Van Halen will be releasing a new video cassette next year, recorded live at the New Haven Coliseum in New Haven, Connecticut. Those of you who watched the MTV Video Music Awards caught a preview of this concert where they played The Best of Both Worlds and Love Comes Walking In. On the topic of MTV, they will be having a special Van Halen week next week with a concert special this Wednesday. Now it's time for some upcoming metal release dates. Within the next 10 days to 2 weeks, Agent Steel, Unstoppable Force, Rat, Dancing Undercover, Nuclear Assault, Game Over, Possessed, Beyond the Gates, Dark Angel, Darkness Descends, and an EP from Creator called Flag of Hate. 2 on October 3rd, Metal Church, The Dark, and Wild Dogs, Reign of Terror. 6 records on October 10th, Wasp, Inside the Electric Circus, Striper, To Hell with the Devil, Omen, The Curse, Heretic, Torture Knows No Boundaries, Mentors, Up the Dose, and Fate's Warning, Prelude to Ruin. On October 13th, the American release of the new Warlock album called Truest Steel. On October 20th, this is the date I spoke to Scott Koenig of Def Jam Records. He gave it to me at the Cat Club. Slayer, Rain in Blood on October 20th. And on October 30th, a live album from Crocus. Now it's time for the Midnight Metal concert file. At Lemoore in Brooklyn, Friday, October 3rd, Wrathchild. Saturday, October 4th, CJSS featuring guitarist Dave Chastain. Friday, October 10th, Prophet. Saturday, October 11th, The Ramones. Saturday, October 18th, a special Midnight Metal night featuring Overkill with free LP and T-shirt giveaways courtesy of Midnight Metal. At Lemoore East in Queens, Friday, October 10th, Attila. Friday, October 17th, Sabotage and Friends of RTN, Agents. Saturday, October 18th, Poison. Saturday and Sunday, October 25th and 26th, Anvil. At the Sundance in Bayshore, Friday, October 3rd, Kicks and Guitar Pete's Obsession. Friday, October 17th, Poison. At the Cat Club in New York City, Wednesday, October 1st, Midnight Metal is proud to welcome CJSS and Virgin Steel. At Madison Square Garden in New York City, Saturday, October 4th, David Lee Roth and Cinderella. At the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Friday, October 10th, David Lee Roth and Cinderella. And at the Ritz in New York City, Sunday and Monday, December 7th and 8th, the return of Slayer with their special guests, Overkill. As always, I'd like to remind you listeners out there to write to us. Write to Midnight Metal, care of WRTN Radio, New Rochelle, New York, 10801. This is the best way to communicate with us. We read every piece of mail we get. So here's that address again. Midnight Metal, care of WRTN Radio, New Rochelle, New York, 10801. This is Motley Stew for Sheet Metal. I'll see all you people at the Cat Club this Wednesday for the CJSS show. Take care of yourselves, and remember, heavy metal rules. That's about it, Matt.
Okay, Stu.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you want to say to our listeners out there?
Well, I'm hanging out with my brother here, and, you know, we're listening to the show and just checking things out. And, you know, what can I say that hasn't already been said? I mean, I remember seeing Cliff at the Cat Club just a few months ago, you know, hanging out with the rest of Metallica. It's a strange world we live in, but, you know, all these things happen for some kind of divine reason. I don't want to get too philosophical, but, you know, I know he's listening tonight, and, you know, I hope he thinks we're doing the right thing. I think we are.
Okay, thanks, Stu.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And we have Todd Gordon in the studio, and Todd has been going around answering some of your phone calls. We thank him for that. And Todd, what are our listeners saying out there?
Well, you know, a lot of them calling up. I just actually spoke to someone who said they had just been driving home and heard about it, so I still think there are a lot of people out there that don't know about it.
So we should definitely keep reiterating it. Right?
Yeah, it's like Stu said, you know, what can you say? It hasn't already been said except to inform people who don't already know. And, of course, everybody who does know, I'm sure, is pretty shocked and upset about it. So all we can do here is, I guess, play a song.
But we'll try to do some cheering up right now. And we're going to do a giveaway to see Ratchell at Lemoore October 3rd this coming Friday in Brooklyn. Lemoore in Brooklyn. We're going to give away 5 pairs. I'm going to take 5 callers at random at 914-636-1460 or 0110 to see Ratchell at Lemoore.
And this is Blitzkrieg from the Creeping Death 12-inch flip side. Am I Evil? And the tune right here. We're going to hear Blitzkrieg. Call us up right now for the giveaways. We're going to take some calls on the air, talk about Metallica. Where do you think they're headed? Just want to get your ideas on the air. This is a chance to do them in the place 93.5 WRTN. And there's how my voice is going, huh, Todd?
Yeah, I'll tell you, better hurry up, people.
My voice is going. You better take Todd's advice and call me before my voice goes. Blitzkrieg. Sound cool now. I sound like so cool on the air.
You do? Why don't you let me take over for a while?
That's okay. We had Red Forrester assume the position. Yeah, okay. Wasp, new from Wasp. Get the Wasp. This is called 95 Nasty. Not nasty, but nasty. Tay. Gotta get the tay.
As in Poontang?
Like Poontang, nasty. And the B-side has Easy Living and Flesh and Fire. Okay, it's from the forthcoming LP, Inside the Electric Circus, 95 Nasty.
Right before 95 Nasty,
which rhymes with
Hades.
95 Nasty, which rhymes with Poontang.
And Hades with the song Leaders. Also, new Iron Maiden with this tune called Sea of Madness. Tension, Wrecking Crew, Todd.
Wrecking Crew from Tension.
Because I can't read the spelling over here. And before that we had
Blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg by Metallica, Hit the Lights by Metallica, Agent Steel, The Ripper, a cover tune by Agent Steel of the Priest classic, The Ripper.
We have any congratulations to do?
Oh, yes, but I have it in the other room, in fact.
Okay, Tony's going to run in the other room.
Oh, you want me to run?
Yeah. Todd will get it, okay.
No problem.
Congratulations to, what's this?
Jeremy, Seth, John, Diane, and Sue, who's going to go see CJSS featuring David T. Chastain.
Okay, here we go. The time. Tony?
The chart.
Everybody's been calling up. They want to get on the air and talk about this Metallica thing. Give them the numbers.
So many people are going to call up. The numbers are 914-636-0110. 636-1460. Those are the numbers to call up. And in fact, I got the list right here, so I want to congratulate Jennifer Stone, Laurie, Christina, Jim, Maria, Paula Nelson, and Barry Draven, who won tickets to see Ratchild at Lemoore in Brooklyn.
Now, if you want to get on the air and talk about this Metallica thing, of course, we've been telling you. I'm going to let you do it again, Tony.
Oh, you just caught me off guard. I wasn't listening.
You've been talking to people on the phones. Why don't you tell them?
Oh, what happened, I guess.
We've been saying this all night.
All I
We've
can
been
say is,
talking to a lot of people.
Okay, now I could talk. He cuts me off and then, gets me caught here. They were driving, well, not them. They were asleep in a bus early Saturday morning on their way from Sweden to Denmark to their next gig. The bus driver fell asleep at the wheel, and they got into an accident. Don't do that. They got into an accident, and it seemed that Cliff Burton died instantly at the car crash. Lars Ulrich, now we believe he just has a broken toe.
So we
all for it.
And the drum technician is still in the hospital. He's in critical condition, and James and Kirk seem okay. They're not severely wounded or anything like that, or injured.
And over the course of the night, we've talked to Scott Ian, who, of course, in Anthrax, the opening band, I like this. I sound like, you know, Nasty Punta. And we talked to
He sounds like Nasty.
I sound like Nasty Punta. And Scott Ian of Anthrax. And I want to say hello to Mike God Schnapp, listening in Long Beach, Long Island, calling up, saying we're doing a cranking job. Mike, you're beautiful. And the room just went silent when I said that. And anyway, we heard from Lloyd Grant, the original Metallica guitarist, Scott Ian of Anthrax, John Bush of Armored Saint, Exodus. And if you want to get on the air... Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Nothing. What's up?
Eb Link.
Yeah.
This is Mark. How you doing? Mark, what'd you think about the news?
Very shocking, man. I was at work when I heard about it.
When'd you find out? This afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, it was kind of ironic because I'd heard the commercial for the show at the Capitol, and I was just thinking about them. And I was saying to myself, boy, this is one band, if any, one should be jealous of, because I knew them when they were nothing.
Yeah.
And now they're just so huge.
They sort of went from progression to progression, from you know, from the first album to the second album, and the Master of Puppets broke them open, and they got the tour with Ozzy, which helped, right?
Everything helped, but it's just the fact of where they are now. And when I was thinking about them, and then I heard about it, someone called me up at work, and then I was like blown away.
Do you have any suggestions? I mean, I'm not saying this, you know, I'm just, you know, pointing this out. If, right now it's all speculation, if the band doesn't break up, we're not saying they are, we're just, you know, trying to cover every aspect of the field here. If they regroup, who do you think they'll get for bass? You think they'll go back to the original guy, Ron McGovney?
I couldn't answer a question like that because I have no idea.
Just asking.
I have no idea. I mean, I knew them, but I hadn't stayed in touch with them or anything. I mean...
What do you want to tell, like, your, you know, the fellow listeners out there, anything?
Well, just keep on thinking about them, because I wouldn't say that they're going to disappear. At this stage in their lives, it seems that this is going to become their life, and I don't think they're going to give up now over this. I mean, you know, life goes on.
Okay, thanks.
And this is their bread and butter now.
Thanks for calling, dude. RTN.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Who's this?
This is Kevin.
How are you?
Yonkers.
From Yonkers?
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin Garvey?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, what's up? You wanna, when we were doing, what was it, the year-end show, you want a Queensryche album?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get that soon, all right?
Well, I didn't think, well, when I heard you said you were prepackaging and stuff, I figured it was on its way anyway.
Yeah, okay, cool. What do you think about this whole mess?
Well, actually, I was the guy who called Tony at the record stop.
Uh-huh.
Who in turn called you.
Yeah, he called me and I said, yeah, we know about it, and I told him some stuff.
Because I heard it from a friend of mine who knows a girl that lives with Frank Burrow of Anthrax.
Uh-huh.
And he called her as soon as he found out the news. And he in turn called my friend, who in turn called me. And that's when I called Tony to tell him, because I knew he'd be able to get in touch with you and find out details.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I was one of the few first people to find out about it, and I was...
Scott from Anthrax called us tonight, and we're going to...
Yeah, I heard that earlier.
We're going to replay that in about a couple hours for people who missed it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, just, you know, for some people, I had some friends of mine who, you know, they listen to the music, but, you know, they're not... It's like background music for them, you know, it's...
Yeah.
They were telling my friend, you know, because he was all upset, because, you know, he was a big Metallica fan, and...
You know,
they're like...
Gary from Exodus, Gary or Rick from Exodus said it the best. They said he died doing what he wanted to do. He died for metal.
He was on his way to do his job, and he, you know, they were saying, you know, oh, you know, why are you getting so upset? It wasn't like it was your brother or something like that. You know, which is a terrible thing to say to begin with.
Yeah.
But, you know, they don't understand that, you know, us being musicians as it is, you know, you have a thing, you know, maybe you may not like maybe the kind of music they make, but you have a mutual respect for them.
Yep.
Because they're a musician just like you are. You know, that's something a lot of people can't understand, you know, because I know there'll be a lot of flack. You know, people saying, oh, you know, maybe it was better and stuff like that. You know, people who are real stupid about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, they wouldn't say that if it was really their brother that died, you know.
Yeah.
If someone said it to them, they'd kill him.
I hate to cut you off, but the phones are going crazy.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I just, you know,
Okay.
just call in and saying there's people out there, man, you know, just keep listening. They left, Cliff left his mark.
Yep.
It's there for you to listen. Listen to it and enjoy.
Okay, thanks.
So long, guys.
Bye-bye. RTN.
Yeah, this is Chris from Elizabeth.
Yeah, Chris, I can't put you on the air. I don't have that good of a connection. Call back 0110 and I'll put you on, all right?
Okay.
Okay. RTN.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up?
This is Seth calling from northern New Jersey.
How's it going?
Really upset tonight.
Just, can you talk up a little louder?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm really upset.
When did you first find out? Tonight?
Yeah, I found out when you went on at 12.
Yeah.
Really upsetting. I've been reading through the lyrics. You know, it's a lot of their stuff tonight.
Big Metallica fan?
Yeah, big Metallica fan. And I'd like to read a little something from Trapped Under Ice, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I don't know how to live through this hell. Woke up, I'm still locked in the shell. Frozen soul, frozen down to the core. Break the ice, I can't take anymore. I'm really touched by what happened.
That's from Trapped Under Ice?
Yeah, Trapped Under Ice.
Huh. How about the people you know around your neighborhood? Have they heard about it?
Yeah, well, I called them tonight. They didn't know about it. I mean, the news didn't get out too well. So,
yeah, we're just trying to, we talked to Scott from Anthrax, who's in Copenhagen, because Anthrax was opening up for him. We're going to play that back in like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's really upsetting, man. I don't know how to deal with it.
Huh. Let me get to some other calls, but thanks. If we're going to get back to some Metallica, any tunes we can play for you?
Yeah, I'd love to hear Trapped Under Ice or Fade to Black would be great.
Okay, I'll do Trapped Under Ice for you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. RTN.
Yeah, what's up, Matt?
What's up, Jennifer?
How you doing?
What'd you think about this thing?
Oh, man, I'm going nuts. I can't believe it. I'm really upset. Everybody's bugging out over here.
Yonkers, right?
Yeah. We're all going to do something tomorrow night at midnight. We're all going to listen to Metallica, and we're going to light candles and everything. Remember?
Say some prayers for him.
Yep. Can't believe it, man. He's so young. He's great.
How old? I should have looked this up, but Todd, do you know how old? He was about, what, 28, would you say?
I don't know, he could be about, probably maybe 24, 25.
Yeah. So if anybody knows his age,
died before his time.
anybody out there listening knows his age, there's a call. That'd be interesting to find out. And if you want to ask us anything on the air, number's 914-636-1460. Who's this?
This is Linda Antonia from Brooklyn.
What's up?
What's up?
Talk. I can't hear you that good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When did you first hear, I can't talk tonight. When did you hear about this Metallica thing?
Well, my friend Ken called us up and he told us, and, like, we didn't kind of believe him. He goes, listen.
I can't hear you.
My friend Ken, he called us up tonight and he told us about it, and like we didn't believe him, and he said, you know, listen.
Yeah, sure, no problem, man.
Bye-bye. Thanks to everybody calling up right now. We're going to take some more calls a little later during the show. We'll do some Metallica. Let's go back to Kill 'Em All. And
Whiplash, yeah.
We did Whiplash.
Did we do
Whiplash? Let's do, what didn't we do? Want to do,
Photograph?
how about,
Seek and Destroy, how about that?
should we try Phantom Lord?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's try Phantom Lord. Todd, in the meantime, while I'm queuing this up, why don't you just tell the listeners, Matt, I guess you can tell them what's going on with your label. I mean, as far as Tension and Hades go, 2 big releases.
Yeah, well, I know we played Hades, the Tension a long time ago. We said it was going to be out, but it had to be remixed, and there are delays. And if you're in this industry, I'm sure you know the problems. And it's in production now, and it should definitely be out beginning of November, end of October.
I wanted to ask you, since you're a big record VP, or P for president.
There you go.
The big P. Greenwell recently went bankrupt. For people who don't know what that means, you want to tell us about that?
Bankruptcies. Yeah, well, Greenworld is an independent distributor. They had done, in the past, Enigma. They had helped Enigma distribute, and see, a lot of the other distributors all use each other. And I think Enigma stopped using Greenworld. I think that hurt them pretty much.
They were bankrupt, right?
Yeah, and they spent a lot of money on the King Diamond. And it seems, I mean, I haven't heard anything official except for the station, which always has good info. So I believe that they're not working anymore.
So bands like At War, King Diamond, and Carnivore are going to go to Important?
I really don't know what their state of affairs are, but it could be. It could be.
Okay, this is Metallica. For everybody calling up on the phones tonight, this is the Phantom Lord from Kill 'Em All. And we got Todd from Toward Records hanging out if you want to ask him anything. This is good stuff right here, one of my favorites from this album.
Classic.
Classic stuff. Metallica.
Weehawken, New Jersey.
Who's this?
My name's Kaz.
How's it going?
All right, man. I'm doing okay. One thing that really bums me out, it's a real drag when you're out partying with friends, and the first thing you do when you come into your house is flip on the radio and hear that something like as tragic as what happened.
You mean with Metallica?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you found out just now?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
like I said, I was out all night with friends, partying, and I come home, bang.
We talked to, I'll tell you what, because you're probably going to be interested in this. We talked to Scott Ian of Anthrax. Anthrax was on tour with Metallica, and Scott gave us an exclusive interview.
Right.
We're gonna play some parts of that back. That'll sort of give you, an idea of what happened. We're gonna play that in about an hour.
That's cool. Hey, I'd like to say for everyone that listens to Metallica, man, I know how you feel because, there's so many things that you like to say that the people that own you, not own you, but restrict your airways and whatnot. There's so many words to describe other than keeping it clean on the air,
Yeah.
Well, it burns.
We're gonna be playing some more Metallica and taking some calls on the air. You got a favorite Metallica song?
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Okay, we did that before. I guess we'll.
Any of how about the insane asylum, whatever.
Oh, Sanitarium?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, hey, wherever he is, I know he's partying with some cool people.
That's right. He's up there listening. Yeah. He's listening to Midnight Metal.
Jimi Hendrix, Bonham, all those dudes.
We're going to take in, okay, we're going to be taking, the old voice. We're going to be taking some calls on the air in about 10 minutes. Of course, talking about Metallica and just seeing what everybody out there thinks about this whole mess. And the number to call, 914-636-1460, Damage, Inc. WRTN. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? You're on the air. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Bill from Westfield, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man, you want to know how I found about that?
About what?
The Cliff Burton stuff.
Oh, is it clean?
Yeah, well, sorta.
All right,
I could say it clean now.
All right, say it clean.
I was having intercourse.
You were having intercourse when you found out about Cliff Burton?
Yeah. I was listening to the station, me and my girlfriend were at it, and you know the rest.
So,
kind of ruined it all, man. It just really pisses me off, man. The guy was so young. He was in the prime of his life, and it's just,
You calling from New Jersey?
Yeah. I don't pick you guys up so good, but
Where how far is Westfield?
from New York,
From like the George Washington Bridge.
oh man, that must be about a 45-minute ride.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah, man, I can hear you good enough just to hear the music, though. That's all I care.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
man,
cool.
I'm a bassist myself, and I idol that guy.
Who, Cliff?
Yeah. He had to be one of the best.
Yeah, if you had to pick your favorite Metallica song, what would it be? Of all time?
My favorite Metallica song of all time, Anesthesia.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Thanks for calling, dude.
All right, man.
Bye-bye. RTN.
What's up? This is MK from 238 Street in the Bronx. Could I hear a song from Anthrax, Armed and Dangerous, for
Okay.
the SOD boys killing the KB toys?
Trying to get it in. RTN. Hello? RTN. RTN.
How you doing?
What's up? Who's
I
it?
was at a Cities concert on Staten Island.
Who, Cities?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. And I heard a rumor. I
What?
don't know if it's true.
About what?
Metallica?
It's true.
Is it?
Yeah, we've been talking about it all night. Cliff Burton.
He died?
Yeah, he was killed in a car crash, which kind of sucks.
How's the rest of the band?
The rest of the band's fine. Right now they're in Copenhagen, Denmark.
What about Anthrax?
Anthrax, speaking of Anthrax, we talked to Scotty and he called us up live on the air and told us like a lot of good stuff. We're going to replay that interview. It lasted about 10 minutes. We're going to replay that in about 45 minutes, so if you can hang out and listen to it.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble getting the station in right now.
Where you calling from?
Staten Island.
Oh, Staten Island. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, we get a lot of calls from there, but do you ever get it in good?
Yeah, I usually get it in pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to take it upstairs, my radio upstairs now.
Yeah,
And my little radio, 'cause it's got an
take your radio and bang it against the wall.
Yeah.
All
I
right?
couldn't believe it when I heard it.
Yeah.
That really stinks.
Yeah, we'll tell you some more in a second.
Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot.
Bye. RTN.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, who's this?
It's Mike from Glen Rock.
So, Mike, give me a call back on 0110. I can't hear you too well. Tony, pick him up on 0110. I don't know, these lines are low tonight. Hello?
Hello, what's up, man?
Yeah, how's it going?
All right.
Where you calling from?
Suffering.
How's the show coming in good?
Yeah, it comes in great over here.
Cool. So, what you been, have you listened to most of the show tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear the thing with Scott?
Yeah.
Cool. What's, let me ask you something. What's your favorite all-time Metallica song?
Metallica song?
Yeah.
Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning?
Yeah.
Tony, did we play that tonight? I don't think we did play Ride the Lightning. We're going to play that in our next set, all right?
All right.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. And right now we want to let you know that WRTN Midnight Metal and Lemoore, the rock capital of Brooklyn, welcome New York's premier power metal band to the stage Saturday night, October 18th, for the final show before their upcoming U.S. tour. Overkill. And that's Saturday night, October 18th. Join Midnight Metal in saluting Overkill before they invade the rest of the U.S. Your ticket to this exclusive night of Midnight Metal Madness is just a phone call away. Starting next week, whenever you hear an Overkill song, just be the 18th caller. October 18th, catchy. For a free pair of tickets to the show. And once inside Lemoore, be on the lookout for the Midnight Metal crew, who will be on hand giving away tons of metal merchandise like LPs, T-shirts, magazines, and even demos. Yes, we might throw out a corner Death Cult demo. For more information, call Lemoore, the rock capital of Brooklyn, at 718-232-1616, 232-1616. Bobby Blitz, Rat Skates, D.D. Verney, and Bobby Gustafson, the one and only Overkill. Don't miss the final show. Give me a tape, Tony. Hook me up a tape. I want to do that again. I got a little sound effect. While I'm doing this, Tony, read off some names of some people who called up for Metallica in the last set. Let you...
Sure. I just want to say hello to all these people. They're all wishing deep sorrow. Well, not wishing, but they're just calling up, just saying that they feel bad about Cliff Burton dying, and they're requesting a lot of tunes, especially a lot of Metallicas. And I just want to say hello to Rosanna Flushing, Maura in Williston Park, Brian in Moagua, I think, I'm not too sure, Jerry in Oakland, Michelle in the Bronx, Jason in Parsippany, Mike in Huntington, Paula, Frank, and Gail in Stanford, Black Metal Mike, that's, you know, I remember him from Red Bank, Sue in Brooklyn, Tina and Jennifer in Yonkers, the band Chronic State.
By the way, Sue in Brooklyn, talked to Dave Chastain today, and we're looking forward to seeing you down at the Cat Club. Of course, it is a
WRTN Midnight Metal Night.
Right.
Okay. James and Yonkers, just continuing the list. Imran and Corona. I think, Matt, you read this one already.
Does Imran have a brother named Moron?
Don't say that. I don't know.
We're only joking, Imran. We love you.
Also, Rob in Highland Falls, Brian in New Rochelle, John Lindbrook, Mike in the Bronx, Scott and Hewitt, a good friend of Midnight Metal.
Angel of Death.
Tina and Yonkers, who's claiming that she's going to have a lot of candles lit up in her backyard in tribute to Cliff Burton, not the candle. Joey in West Haverstraw, Jack in the Bronx, Jennifer in the Bronx, Julie in Orangeburg, Joe in the Bronx, Mark in Fort Lee, Mike in Glen Rock, Dave in Howard Beach, Scott in White Plains, Ginger and Laurie in Howard Beach, Dave in Butler, Joe from somewhere, John and Laurie, Jennifer and Yonkers, Samantha and Lindenhurst, Havoc, the band, and Teaneck, Bill and Suffer and Helen in the Bronx, Kaz and Weehawken, Bill in Westfield,
What's up, guys?
Pete, Dell, John at Silver Lake, Mike in Glen Rock, Andy in Pleasantville, and last but not least, Rob and Brian in Teaneck, who wants every heavy metal person in tribute to... Who else?
Let me do this again.
Wait, hold on. I just want to finish this. In
Tony
tribute
and I,
to Cliff Burton.
let's tell him this.
Wait, hold on. Let me just... I still have to finish. Robin and Brian wants everybody who in their right mind tomorrow to wear a black armband in tribute to Cliff Burton. So if you want to do it up, because I think we're going to definitely do it.
Tony and I right now are sharing a seat.
Oh, God.
Thanks you for leaving. He immediately left when I said that. Anyway, getting back to that overkill spot, I got a little... Check this out. For more information, call Lamore at 718-232-1616. Bobby Bliss. Ratskate. Bobby Gustafson. I forgot somebody. T.D. Bernie. Tony, you do it.
I don't even have the headphones, so I can't hear what's going on. For more information, call Lamore at 718-232-1616. Get ready for Bobby Bliss, Ratskate, T.D. Bernie, and Bobby Gustafson. Oh, my God. The one and only Overkill. Don't miss the final show to see Overkill.
You know, it's a terrible thing that something like this happens. You know, especially, you know, you get someone like Cliff who, you know, is probably one of the most original people you'd ever meet in your whole life. I mean, every hair on his head, you know, to his bell-bottom jeans, you know, he was one of a kind. And, you know, it's a terrible thing when something like this has got to happen. But you just got to sit back, you know, and thank God that you're okay and that the rest of the guys are okay. And, you know, but, I mean, it's just weird the way things work in this world. It really sucks.
All right, so we have three different shows going out right now. If you want to win tickets, CJSS, it's Cat Club, Overkill, and...
Wrathchild.
Yeah, that's it. I forgot for a second. Overkill and Wrathchild. You want Overkill tickets? We got them. Call now. Yes, indeed. Metallica, Trapped Under the Old Ice. Metallica tunes. Tony, what are they?
Oh, we got Trapped on the... I can't see now. Trapped on the Ice, Jump in the Fire, Am I Evil, Four Horsemen, Battery, and Metal Militia. And all those tunes went out to Kevin in White Plains, Brian in Pleasantville, Pete in Rockland, John in Lynbrook, Vinny in Brooklyn, Mike in Fairline, Brian, Rob, and
Wait. Can I just prove that I am a great double bass drummer? Ready?
Wait, hold on. Let me finish giving out these requests to these dedications. Jose in Howland Falls, Anthony in West Haverstraw, or West Arlington. I made a mistake there. I'm sorry. Bob in the Bronx, Bill in Suffern, Dave in Butler, Mitch in Bayside. I have a few other names, but they're in the other room. so I can't really mention Mike Frank.
So now you'll say in front of thousands of people that I am a great double bass drummer.
Oh, I don't think so. Anyway, it's almost time for us to go again, which means I'm going to do my closing massive giveaway, and you better get on the phones right now. The number is 914-636-0110 or 914-636-1460. I still have 5 more pairs to see CJSS featuring David T. Chastain at Lamar October 4th. He's a really good guitarist. He's been rated as highly as with Yngwie Malmsteen, Richie Blackmore, and Jimmy Page. CJSS at Lamar this Saturday. Also, I got 2 pairs of tickets to see David Lee Roth at Madison Square Garden with Cinderella. So give us a call. I'm going to take 7 calls at random. I'll let you know what you won.
All right, and of course, the entire show tonight was dedicated to Cliff Burton of Metallica, who was injured in the accident in Sweden, and we talked to John Bush of Armored Saint, who's very close to the band, and John, we're just going to leave tonight's show with a few words by John Bush. Thanks to everybody who called in. Lots of Metallica requests, and anything you want to add, Tony?
We're going to say bye-bye once again from myself, Tony Guarino, and
Matt O'Shaughnessy.
He was very to himself. He was actually kind of a shy person, and he was a blast to be around, and he had his own little funny ways, and he was just a fun person to be around, but he was a bit shy and to himself, and he really believed in the music that he was doing, and he really put out to all the fans and all the people out there, and it was obvious that he was really working hard for his career, and that he was just a great person to be around. We had a lot of fun times, and I guess those will live on.